It is Wallow267. I'm right here with Dev, man. Stay tuned, man. He got it coming soon with the podcast, The Dev Hall Show.
Yo, it's your boy Dev Hall. We back and we live for episode 5. Let's do a quick recap of episode 4. Episode 4, we had an interview with Billy Joe, an artist from Egg Harbor, New Jersey. I had the pleasure of speaking with her. We had a time to actually she had the time to reminisce on who she was growing up as an artist, what influenced her to be an artist, the people she painted for, such as Wale, Lala Anthony, Antonio Brown, Vado, to name a few, and more people. She was mentioned by Billboard magazine. She was mentioned by Billboard Online. She was mentioned in the news, Action News, NBC10. She was mentioned all over, so it was a perfect opportunity for me to have an interview with her, just to give people an insight who she was, other than the artist who created the Jack in the Box of Meek Mill when he was in the Meek Mill rally. Episode 5, we here, man. It's been a minute. I appreciate y'all patience, but episode 5, we're gonna touch on a couple topics. I'm not gonna make this episode too long, but I really want to just narrow it down to a few topics, and y'all just let me know what y'all think from there. First topic I always want to speak on is the slave trade in Libya. Not too long ago, I came across an article on CNN indicating that the slave trade in Libya started back in August, and right now it's being rivaled because, you know, unfortunately, it was under the works, or it was under the sheets, basically, or I want to say it was kept a secret. In other words, about what's going on in Libya. Yes, it's in Africa. Yes, it's not a part of our country, but we are African Americans, and this is a big problem for the African American community. A lot of things that's taking place right now, as far as the protests for African Americans, how cops is wrongfully accusing or basically police brutality to the community or our dissent, is getting ridiculous. But the point I'm making is the slave trade and the protests is kind of coinciding with each other. They're protesting just to be equal. You feel me? Things in that sort, or equal rights for human rights. In Libya, people are being auctioned off as slaves. You feel me? So that's something that I feel as though needs more attention than it's receiving. I'm seeing people on Instagram indicating, or Instagram social media platforms, basically saying, I'm sick of seeing all these Africans on my page. We're not in Africa. This has nothing to do with us. It's unfortunate. Yes, it is very unfortunate for people to even say such a thing out their mouth by saying that has nothing to do with us. First things first, we're African American. For those that are African American that's actually watching this episode, now if you're African American, it has something to do with us, because at the end of the day, they're judging everything by our skin tone. We're black, ain't nothing different. Only thing is different is the language we're speaking. To be completely frank with you, to be honest with you, that's how I'm looking at it. I just don't like that I seen a disturbing video on CNN where this man is being auctioned off for $400. Now, it's not even about the price, man. It's the fact that you're being auctioned off. You feel me? That's something that's very disturbing to me, and it's not getting enough attention. For Donald Trump to even say it was fake news, it just pissed me off. It just made me think, like, well, what the hell is real news? Like, everything is fake news coming out of this man's mouth. Everything is fake news according to this man. Everything is irrelevant. Everything isn't right if he's not the one that's delivering the message, or he's the one that's saying it out of his mouth. You know, it just makes me think, like, we really fucked ourselves up by having this man as our president. You know, it just takes back to him saying fake news, takes back to him coming at Jamel Hill, African American broadcaster, coming at Marshawn Lynch for kneeling during the national anthem but standing during the Mexican anthem, African American football player, coming at LeVar Ball for not thanking the man for getting his sons out of jail, when the man has said that they weren't even in jail, they were in a hotel room. So a lot of people thinking Donald Trump didn't have anything to do with getting LeAngelo Ball out of jail and the rest of the UCLA players. That's 3. 4, let's speak on Colin Kaepernick. He spoke on Colin Kaepernick. 5, he was speaking on African Americans kneeling and to get these son of a bitches fired or fined or suspended, you know, pertaining to the NFL and the people that protest. So it just makes you think, like, we really have an obvious racist president. He really don't give a damn about African Americans, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles, you know. on that particular topic. It's just unfortunate that we still have slaves in today's society. It's 2017. You know, put yourself in that position. Just imagine you walking around. Let's say if you were from Libya. Let's imagine you walking around saying, okay, I'm about to go to the corner store around 11 o'clock at night. Then you walking around as some guy on some George Zimmerman shit that's decided to come out of nowhere and stop you in your tracks and kidnap you, though. And when you wake up with the next morning, you're being auctioned off. It kind of reminds me of 12 Years a Slave. Think about it. If y'all remember, the man was about to be, he was about to play some type of instrument with his master or his friend. And when he went to that area, he got drunk or whatever the case may be. The next morning, he was being auctioned off. That's exactly what's happening right now. And it's something that people need to really take consideration and take time to look into is really happening, because it's not getting enough attention. And it's just pissing me off because there's a lot of attention that's going on in America, let alone going on in another country. And it's pertaining to African Americans, and let alone it's being brought to our attention as people being auctioned off as slaves.
To East Nashville. Who were we going to see in East Nashville? Well, I wasn't going to see particularly anyone. I was going to an area that I knew was very, I don't know, a lot of people go there and prostitute. And how were you going to get there? I was going to get a ride from someone. When you walked up to the Sonic, who approached you? A man in a white truck. And is this the person that has been referred to throughout this hearing, Mr. Allen? Yes. The question came up, was I for any action? Any action. I guess you should know that it was insinuating sexual. He asked me how much, and I told him 200. And he said no, 100. And we decided finally on 150. Who made the suggestion of going to his house? He did. I had actually suggested the hotel was right there, but he didn't want to go to the hotel. He said that he wanted to go to his house because there was no one there. He tell you who he lived with or anything like that? He said he lived by himself. That time he was just finished telling me about his accomplishments and saying how that he used to be in the army, and because I mentioned that I was from Fort Campbell, and so he related to how he was crossing the army before, and that he was a sharpshooter in the army. And then he had told me how a lot of women want him for his money, and that he wanted someone to make love with him with desire. Did you see any guns in the house? Yes, I seen 2 shotguns downstairs, and he showed me a chrome gun with a black handle. Where were you when he showed you that? I was sitting at the table eating my food. You tend to be a nervous person. Yeah. Was there anything that made you especially nervous that night? Just how he was acting. Just how he talked. It's like the way he walked. How he was just so important and stuff. And then me, I look at myself. Who am I? Who am I to him? It felt like you tried to leave who you are. Right. And you're believing that is based on the fact that he told you he had some guns and he's a sharpshooter. Not only that, but the way he was acting. Well, all I know about his activities is what you know, so that's really all we'll ever know, Ms. Brown. Right. Since you killed him. The only thing we know is that he took you to Sonic. He bought you food. He took you home. You used his bathroom. You felt comfortable doing that.
Listen, not too long ago, I was on social media and I noticed this post saying, imagine a 16-year-old trying to escape for her life, and she was basically, drugged and raped by multiple men, and she shot and killed herself for freedom. I need people to stand up for her the same way people stood up for Meat Mill. Hold up, y'all. Can y'all please miss me with that bullshit? Please miss me with it, y'all. Like, I just don't understand how you got people so quick to give their 2 cents on something they have no knowledge of, And I came at myself. Like, pause. I actually, had to take a shot at myself because I was a hypocrite in a sense. I wasn't saying too much on the incident. I just said, damn, this is a crazy world we live in, pertaining to that post of the girl, Cyntoia Brown. So a girl actually got on my post and said, yo, Dad, that's not actually what happened. She was a prostitute, this, that, and the third. I said, okay, all right, let me look into it. I like to look up things. When I was younger, I never liked to look up things. It was just like, if I don't know it, I don't know it, unless someone else say it. I didn't have time to look in a dictionary, none of that. Now that I'm older, I like to look at things to educate myself for my own self, just for my own pleasure. So I'm online, watched an hour documentary of Cyntoia Brown. She, out of her own mouth, admitted to killing a man. She, out of her own mouth, admitted to being nervous and being paranoid because she's a nervous person. She admitted to being a prostitute. She admitted to having over 30 bodies that she was aware of. You know, those things have to take place. She has disabilities. She was adopted. She ran away. It's a lot of things that triggered, you know. So let me give you a recap of what actually happened, because a lot of people actually came to my page and said, Deb, if it wasn't for you sending that video or releasing that video, you know, I wouldn't have known this, that, and the third. I said, okay. Well, let me look at that. Look it up. The girl was dealing with some bull. I ain't gonna be doing name dropping on her, but she was dealing with a pimp. And that pimp got tired of her basically and was like, look, man, you need to get out of here. Go to Tennessee or something. She went to Tennessee. She decided to go to Tennessee at a specific spot because this particular spot is where prostitutes, you know, get off at. So she went to this particular spot at a Sonic, which is weird to me. She went to a Sonic, met this white boy. She was basically like, she said main man was like, look, how much are you worth, or how much is your action, or whatever. She said 200. Boy said he talked her down to 100. So they met up at 150. She said that she suggested them to go to a hotel, but instead they went to his crib. Now let's think. I want y'all to think real quick, analyze this. Now, if you're a prostitute, right, and you suggest to go to a hotel, right, and you decide to, and he says, no, we're not going to a hotel, we're going to my crib. That very moment, you already know what's going down. He's going to do what he got to do at the crib, like, you know. So, you decide to take you behind and hop right in the passenger seat. All right, cool. I want y'all to think. Me in the passenger seat. She goes to the crib. She mentioned, the man said, yeah, girls are infatuated with him because of his money and his accomplishments. She thought to herself, even though she said this, damn, who am I? Who am I to him? I'm not even that important to him. So what could he do to me? She later explained the man showed her guns, indicating he was a sharpshooter for the army. Okay, he's not a terrorist. He's not just a regular person collecting guns. He's a vet. All right. She ate there. They said they chilled and everything. All right. Now, if you're nervous and scared, ladies and gentlemen, why are you feeling this comfortable being around this man? You would have dipped after the man said, yo, we going to my crib. I wouldn't have hopped in the wheel too. If the man showed you guns and you're terrified, get out of there immediately. You know, she didn't say those type things. So let me fast forward it. 3, she proceeded to have sex with the boy, got the bread, boom, got the money, had sex with the boy. She said she had sex with him. Next thing you know, she grabbed him. He grabbed her on the leg and gave her this nice grip and look that she never she never had before, was given before. And she said it sent chills up her body. Next thing you know, main man turned over like this. You shot and killed me? You shooting and killing me for? Like, why are people shooting and killing people if you're just goddamn having sex? Tell me something. I thought he was going to pull a gun out or do something. You shot and killed, boy. That's according to her story. But the DA and everybody, they was saying like, look, we feel as though you killed him during his sleep. You know? She robbed the guy after she killed him. And it took a gun. Makes you think she hit a lick. So a lot of people that's actually saying, yo, you don't know what happened. This girl went on my post. She went crazy on my post talking about, yo, you not a girl. What if a nigga did that to you? If you interviewing somebody and the man have a gun. I'm like, yo, first things first. I'm not being in that predicament. I'm smarter than that, yo. Once I see something I ain't used to, I'm not comfortable, I'm out. I'm dipping. And then if something were to happen to me when I'm trying to dip, then it's my retaliation to, defend myself. But other than that, none of that happened. There's no scratch marks. There's no type of indication that she was trying to get out the house, or it was any type of evidence that the man was trying to prevent her from getting out of the house. So maybe if that was some type of evidence, the verdict would be completely different. But the fact of the matter is, she got life, getting parole at 69, I believe, and she's about 29 right now, and just make you think like, but damn, like she has some type of disorders that people need to be aware of instead of looking at Instagram posts thinking they're popping or trending because they're talking about something that everyone's talking about. You have to know what you're talking about before you make a post and try to engage in the conversation, because like I said before, I'm the type of boy that would actually embarrass you with facts. And I'm not trying to embarrass you to make you feel humiliated or not. I embarrass you to be like, damn, you know what, I need to actually know what I'm talking about when I'm talking to Dev, because Dev is not the person that just run his mouth. You know, a lot of people like to run their mouth just to sound uneducated. You know, like I said, a lot of people know I'm a communication major, and I like to say that because I like to talk, you know, and if you know how to communicate, that's how people are going to gravitate to you. Now, if you just talking just to talk and shit, no one's going to ever take you serious because you're just known just to talk, you feel me? So everybody talking about this Randy Moss and T.O. situation as far as the Hall of Fame ballots. Listen, I'm going to say it one time and one time only. Randy Moss has nothing to do with T.O. at the end of the day. Randy Moss had a trademark. I mossed the shit out you, dog. I just mossed you. T.O., yeah, no homo. T.O. was known for having that physique as a receiver. He was like the Dwight Howard in the NBA or the NFL, being that bull, that strong as hell, muscular bull. He was like I want to say T.O. reminded me of, how can I say it? T.O. reminded me of a receiver that's a dominant receiver when it comes down to getting the job done as far as big possession catches. But Randy Dandy was a nigga I know. Wherever you throw that ball at, he's coming down with it. I don't care if it's 1, 2, 3 people. Before it was Common Johnson's, it was Randy Dandy. You feel me? So y'all gonna put respect on that man's name. You know, Randy Moss got the rookie record for the most touchdowns in the season. I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, because y'all know I like to be up on top of my stats. If not mistaken, I believe it was 14 touchdowns, if not 16 touchdowns as a rookie. It's some guys that has yet to do that. You know, I'm being real. Not even talking rookie record. I'm talking for a regular season. Some people has yet to even broke that record. So let's calm down for a minute. Randy Moss is in the top 3 in every receiving category. So is Terrell Owens. But let's not forget who's younger. You know, when people gonna say who's taller, Randy. Okay, Randy Moss is taller, yes, but he's faster as well. You know, he ran a 4.3, if y'all forgot. A lot of people saying, well, Randy Moss, he played when he wanted to play. I don't care when he... Listen, it's people that do that. I don't care. Y'all can act like y'all support those people that play every day, knowing damn well sometimes they take a play off or a day off or a game off, you know? It's times I witnessed that, but that's Randy Moss. Like, that's Randy Moss for you. Like, he's someone I looked at when he had the fro in Minnesota with Dante Culpepper as the most dominant receiver. Like, when someone said, I just mossed the shit out you, dog, meaning I don't care who was around. I don't care if you even made your best attempt to get the ball. I came down with that ball. That's my ball. You feel me? Just like he said before, when you see that hand up, you already know what to do. Just throw the hand up. T.O., his most notable season to me was with the Eagles. When he went to the Super Bowl with us, he had the screw in his foot, and he had 9 catches for 122 yards. No touchdowns. But he did a terrific job because he didn't play no playoff games. And a lot of people saying this stupid shit that pisses me off. Well, T.O. took y'all to the Super Bowl. That's funny to me because T.O. Didn't even play in the playoffs until the Super Bowl, if y'all remember. So who took who to the Super Bowl that year? I guess you want to say the Eagles defense because, you know, we stopped the dominant Michael Vick in their offense in 2004. But like I said, T.O. and Randy Moss has nothing to do with it. People don't... T.O. is not in the Hall of Fame yet because of his disruptive behavior in the past. Yes, he was a great player. Yes, his numbers speak for themselves. Yes, I agree that his off-field behaviors shouldn't be hindering him from receiving a Hall of Fame jacket. But one thing I will say is you never had those problems. Well, you didn't have as much problems with Randy Dandy. Only thing you probably had was Randy said he was getting high when he was playing football in college. Probably Randy Moss saying probably because he mooned when he played Green Bay when he was a Minnesota Viking. He didn't actually moon. He just imitated him actually mooning. What else? Let's speak on Randy Moss, people saying he took off 2 seasons with the Raiders. Okay, let's go back. Randy Moss with the Raiders was non-existent. Like, he went number 18, and and it was just the Raiders. The Raiders was ass that year. I'm being real. I don't give a damn what none of y'all say. Randy Moss is still my favorite receiver, and I feel as though Randy Moss is the best receiver to me. My man Dave had said something to me on a different topic. He was explaining, like, yo, Dev, a lot of people be saying who their favorite player is, but they never actually give me an actual answer. They say things like, Jordan's my favorite player, or such and such is my favorite player. Like, all right, have you seen Jordan play live? Not no highlights, not no NBA hardwood classics. I'm talking about live. So, who's the best receiver to me? Randy Moss. If you say T.O., I'm not mad at that. That's debatable. No one else should be considered, or Randy. You can put Calvin Johnson up there, but other than that, no one else should be considered in that top 3. My opinion. That's just my opinion. I know everybody in their mind gonna put Jerry Rice up there. Why? Because he had Steve Young and Joe Montana, or the rings, or the yards, or the stats. You let me know. Or we gonna say Randy Dandy, who came in and did it his damn way with the rookie of the year, rookie touchdown. Got the most receiving touchdowns in a season, 23 in 2007 with Tom Brady. Or we gonna speak on T.O. As soon as you hear T.O. name, you automatically think of distraction. Automatically, unfortunately. But when you hear Randy Moss, you think of production. When you hear T.O., you think of distraction. So I'm just clearing that right then and there. They ain't got nothing to do with Randy Dandy getting in the Hall of Fame on his first ballot, just because the T.O. didn't get in his first 2 times. Miss me with that bullshit. Child, please, Chad Johnson voice. We 10-1. Just to let y'all know that we 10-1. The Philadelphia Eagles. Last time I spoke on the Eagles, I think we was 7-1. But listen, y'all, I don't need to speak on this, man. Like, we really are hot. Like, we a hot team, and it's kind of scaring me to a point where it's like, all right, how hot can we be? I don't want us to go, 15-1, and then we get to the damn playoffs and lose the first game, and then we all got a smack on the face, because I'll be super pissed. And that's what the Eagles are known for doing. But this year is different. I can feel it, yo. It's like, I know a lot of y'all other team fans is probably looking like, all right, we hear this every time, every year. But listen, y'all, it's like, it's different, yo. You can just see the team chemistry, the swag, the communication, the leadership of Carson Wentz, the excitement in the city. And listen, I'm going to go as far as to say this, and I'm pretty sure the people that follow me on Instagram know I already said this. This team is better than the 2004 team, and I feel as though this team is arguably the best team I ever seen the Eagles have. And we don't have that many notable games, but we have people with the mindset of man down, next man up. You feel me? That's how I look at it. You got Carson Wentz, 28 touchdowns so far. I believe 5 interceptions, if I'm not mistaken. If y'all remember, everyone's saying McNabb. We can't forget about McNabb. McNabb my second favorite player ever. But Tom Brady my first. But McNabb went 31-8, 2004, his best season when he went to the Super Bowl. Carson Wentz is 3 touchdowns away, and we have 4 more regular season games left. Carson Wentz is going to arguably have about 37 touchdowns, maybe 40, before the end of the season. I believe he's an MVP candidate. I believe he's leading the MVP race. With Tom Brady being on his ass, because Tom Brady's just Tom Brady. He's 40 and having numbers better than people that's 20. And it's just like, it comes with experience, but it comes with the territory, and it's Tom Brady at the end of the day. But the Eagles are the best team to be reckoned with. I feel as though I want to say the Saints, but the Vikings are a team to be looking at, y'all. The Vikings are a team to be looking at. I feel as though is going to be a team to be looking at in the AFC is the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a team that is under the radar, even though they are shaky on the road. That's why it will be in our favor if we play, I believe, in the Super Bowl. But, my main concern is us getting the first-round bye. Us getting the first-round bye kind of solidifies our spot going to the Super Bowl, to me. Reason I say that because if y'all understand what the first-round bye brings to the table, it brings home field advantage, and we need home field advantage. And I would love for us to get a rest going into the playoffs. Yeah, we're not the best team when we come off a bye or a long span of rest, but we are a team that has momentum, consistency, and we can come back from behind. Like the old Eagles used to be All right, here we go. The Eagles are being the Eagles are being lackadaisical, or what you call that word? Lackadaisical, whatever you call that shit. Lackadaisical, whatever. The Eagles are being passive and doing dumb shit to let the other teams come back. Now you got the Eagles being aggressive from start to end, and I just love it, you know. Hey, ladies, if this don't apply to y'all, just let it fly. But if it do apply to y'all, I just need y'all to listen. Listen, I was on my man live not too long ago, and he was explaining situations about him not being able to see his child, you feel me? And he was explaining how females really make it seem like dads are not trying to be involved in their child's lives. You feel me? Due to a fact where social media is involved. Bashing on social media. Pictures is being taken. Indirect messages is being sent towards the baby dad or the baby mom. Now, I'm hearing multiple different people is saying, and I don't have a child, but multiple different people is saying, like, yo, my baby mom don't let me see my child. My baby mom is preventing me from having my child. My baby mom don't even let me spend time. You feel me? I be telling people, listen, yo. Listen, guys. It's nothing wrong with taking your BM to court. If you a man and you really want to be in your child's life, don't let that sick woman be the death of you or a burden on you. Yo, just like she would take you to the system for child support or custody, you do the same thing. It's multiple people I know that done that, and they're successful doing that. Yo, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not less of a man for making an attempt to be in your child's life if you have a crazy baby mom that's doing something that's hindering you from being in your child's life. I just don't understand it. It just makes me think like, damn, would you rather have a guy that's not in your child life and you screaming, I'm a single mom? Or would you rather have a guy that's not on his best shit, but you can see the progression in the man that's, because he wants to be in his child's life, and you're preventing that man from being in your child's life because of your damn ego or your previous history with the man? That just don't make sense to me at all. And it irritates me because I be seeing women do that. They be bashing men because of that. Y'all guys got to stand up for yourselves and stand up for your child and make whatever sacrifice or commitment you have to do in order for you to get that support for your child, or, you know, that type of recognition, man. You know, I don't like to see that, man. It's a lot of dads out here that's doing the damn thing, and I give credit to them. I give credit to a couple of my homies, like my man Marv. I give credit to. I love seeing people that's involved in their child's life, yo. You know, don't get me wrong. Some people do it for the gram, but you really got to be, even if you're doing it for the gram, just show everyone that you love your child, yo. But don't do too much where it's like, all right, yo, this boy's doing it for the gram, or this girl's just doing it for the gram. Like, if I have a child, I'm not going to be posting them too much to a point where they're witnessing my child from birth to when they're 5. Like, I don't need to, no, y'all need to see them. Y'all don't need to see none of that. But at the end of the day, if you got fathers that's trying to be in their lives, women or ladies, please don't prevent them from being in your child's life, you know, because there's a lot of girls that get this misconstrued. You know, a lot of females feel as though they can play the man role. Like, listen, ladies, y'all can't play the man role. You know, y'all might can do certain things a man can do, but y'all can't play the man role. I want y'all to understand that. It's a big difference. A big difference is a man is only able to teach a man how to be a man, if that makes sense. A woman can do but so much. There's nothing wrong with being a woman that's strong-willed or strong-minded and doing certain things or getting the job done, but it's different when you have that masculinity in a male versus the femininity in a female. So I just think people need to be mindful of that. There's a lot of girls that just feel as though since they paying bills, it's a problem. It's a job. Y'all have a job, just like guys have a job. Y'all do the damn thing. That's not making you a man. Girls doing certain things, providing, that's good. Y'all doing things equally, you feel me? That's how it's supposed to be. But don't ever get it misconstrued as if, like, I'm the man, I'm doing this. Because that's when tension gets, becomes a problem between the couple. And that's where, when the baby presents itself, that's when everything just goes left, you feel me? And it's like, damn, I thought a baby will resolve this maybe, but, you know, evidently it's not. It's making things worse. Now I'm in a situation where I didn't even want to be in. And the perception of me being a dad is looking crazy because I don't have my child. So y'all just got to be thankful. I mean, y'all have to be thinking of who you want to have a child with, and also just be thinking of a situation before you get yourself in it. Y'all got to check this boy named Joyner Lucas out. He just came out with a song named I'm Not Racist. when I first heard this song, right, or seen a preview, I seen a white guy with a "Make America Great Again" head on, and he was rapping. I'm sitting here, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm like, this white boy, he got bars. But then I'm listening, and I'm like, no, that's not a white boy. I see people going in, everybody like, damn, this is dope. And I automatically like, look, this is a message. Ain't no white guys gonna randomly come out here saying this word nigga, and then saying "Make America Great Again" and all. Like, he not doing that. I don't give a fuck who he is. Eminem is the toughest white rapper to me, and he wouldn't even do that. He knows his boundaries, but people still perceive him as a black person. But he's white, you feel me? But this guy, who was actually being an actor, he wasn't the person that's rapping. He had gave a perception, and it kind of alarmed people. And I just told people who was commenting, it's all about perception. You feel me? Once again, people need to actually look into something before we comment on it. You feel me? And I was just like, okay. I looked at the whole video, and I'm seeing a black boy. Because when you notice the whole black boy and the white guy on the table, I'm like, yo, this black boy gonna say something back. You know, you put two and two together, and the black boy was saying something back. He was ripping it. It's a great message. For all the people that's racist, for all the people that's not racist, and for people that's not understanding the black culture and the white culture, you need to listen to that damn song, man. Like, it's called "I'm Not Racist." Joyner Lucas. It's a great song. Bull give me a Hobson vibe. Like, Bull, he was just speaking, man. Like, I haven't had a song that gave me chills like that ever. When I say ever, it kind of make you just think like, damn, yo. Like, it was the perfect time to drop that song. I really feel as though, even though it's November, I feel as though that could be Song of the Year. Because the message is so clear. Everything that's going on in America. Everything that's going on in America. From Donald Trump being president. From the NFL protests. From the police brutality. From the slave trade in Libya. Everything that's going on was the perfect time to drop that song. And shout out to that guy, Joyner Lucas. I feel as though that song should be nominated, even though the Grammy list came out. But that song should get enough recognition before 2017 is over. Album of the year, right? Album of the year. But this is a topic I love to speak on. Because I definitely listen to music. I dissect music. I dissect bars. I dissect beats. I dissect vocals. I dissect melodies. I dissect ad-libs. I dissect a lot of things about music. But from my perspective, I'm going to say Kendrick has the best album. You know, Damn changed the game, dog. Like, Damn killed it, yo. DNA killed it. It got Don Cheadle, an actor, Hotel Rwanda, you know, playing himself or another side of himself on DNA, the video. That video was perfect. Humble, great song. Phil, great message. Ducksworth, explaining his story, growing up, his dad basically was at his spot, his manager robbing him at a point, or he was cool with him, or, I mean, he was robbing, his manager was basically robbing spots, and his dad prevented that from happening one time, but his dad was basically going to get jammed or killed by his manager at some point during a robbery, at some point back in the day. You have a lot of songs you gotta love, like that song, Love Me. I wanna be with you, babe. I wanna be just love me. That's my jam right there. My phone buzzing. What am I to say? You have a lot of different songs. You got Lust. You have Loyalty. Like, it's a lot of different hits on there. The song is magnificent. The project is magnificent. Then I want to say a couple weeks later, 444 drops. All right, 444, great album. I'm not going to frown my face like that. Great album. I feel as though if Kendrick album wasn't nominated, it would be album of the year. But if you decide to say 444, and I decide to say Kendrick Lamar, damn, I'm not mad at you, because that's a debatable conversation. You know, 444 changed the game to the point where he kind of woke up the black community. Well, Kendrick been doing that, but you know, since it's Hove and people cherish him like he's God, you know, people are going to be attentive to what he's saying. And the OJ story was the one. Still Nigga. A lot of different songs captivated his attention. Captivated my attention. I can't think of all the names, but I just know that damn album is legit, yo. I think it's pretty good. Bruno Mars is pretty good. His album is pretty good. I don't think it's album of the year, but doing all the damn shows he has, and during all the shows he's been appearing in and all the media attention he's been receiving, I wouldn't be surprised if he's getting that award. You know, he's the type of person where it's like, all right, you know what, let's give it to Bruno. People wouldn't be so mad, but if it was someone else, people would be like, what the hell is going on? So I think he's the person, the media that's going to be like, all right, you know what, let's give it to him. You feel me? Stuff like that. I tell you one thing though, y'all need to look out for the streets, man. Y'all need to keep your eyes open. A lot of people hear about the PNBs and the Cores and all the other peoples. You know, I'm definitely repping Uptown to the death of me, but it's just bigger than that. You know, a lot of people be closed-minded to other rappers. I'm an open-minded person. You know, the boy Caliber. I have an interview coming up with him Friday. Interview coming soon. He just dropped his new project. The Anchor came out the 24th. It was a well-anticipated mixtape. I'm excited about it. I love the mixtape. I put everybody on. I'm a supportive person, but that mixtape is legit. Like, I love when rappers are spitting things that they're going through, you know. I had the chance to meet the guy not too long ago, and we wrapped it up. We actually was chilling as if we was cool, you know. So, you know, I get that vibe off with people, and people get that vibe with me if I feel as though you 100. And I decided to buy 2 albums, well, 2 mixtapes or EPs, whatever he decided to call it. But I decided to buy 2 projects, and I just wanted to show some love. You feel me? Like, I'm always a supportive guy, and I don't just support anybody, but I support people that's really trying to give it 100%. And I don't see like they're getting. It don't seem as though he's getting the recognition he deserves. You feel me? So I'm gonna give him some type of attention and some type of credibility. Like, that album or mixtape is legit, and I think y'all should check it out. And I think y'all will be excited about the project. He's up and coming. His name is WB_Caliber. You feel me? So check him out. This is it for the episode of the Dev Hall Show. Episode 5. We here. We live, and y'all already know what to do. Better watch out, 'cause I got 5.